Hi everyone, welcome back to MommyTalkShow.com. I'm Joyce Brewer. We're here at Five Continents Gallery in Buckhead. We are so happy that our location sponsor invited us here because they wanted you to see all of the items they have here that are really focused on children and families. There's artwork, clothing, furniture from all over the world, and even some handmade toys and children's books that we're going to be showing you later when we talk to the gallery owner. But right now, we're going to be talking with the moms about last name. After you get married, do you change it? Do you hyphenate? Do you keep it? I'm going to start with Gigi.
It's already laughing.
And what did you decide to do with your last name?
I kept my last name. My last name is Pedraza. I'm originally from Peru, and it's not a very common last name. My husband's last name is Rodriguez, like 45 other million people. So why would I change my special name for Rodriguez? I mean, it's a fine name. My kids are, their last name is Rodriguez, but there's a price to pay. My kids at school, people are constantly saying, "Oh, you have not volunteered, you have not signed up for these," because they can't match my last name to my kid's last name. And I always say that's the price for independence. It takes a while, but I decided to keep my last name. I love my husband, and there are other ways that I show, of course, our commitment together. I do some oil painting, and I sign on my paintings, Gigi Rodriguez, because I feel he has always been very supportive of all my, interests and everything. But legally, I kept my last name.
Interesting. I like that. Judith, what was your experience and what did you decide to do?
Well, I got married later in life after I had had a pretty long career, and there was a lot of pressure to keep my maiden name. My husband, who comes from Uruguay, didn't care because most of the women in Uruguay will keep their maiden names as well. But I felt that I wanted to take his last name. I actually like his last name, so that is, I go by Hodada, but legally I haven't changed it yet. I'm a little lazy. So all of the details and all the paperwork that you need to do, I just haven't gotten around to doing that. So I need to.
How long have you been married?
5 years. So I am really lazy, I suppose. More than just a little lazy. So people that know us as the Hodadas, but professionally, my documents are signed with my maiden name.
Interesting. So. Okay, well, I changed my last name pretty soon after we got married in 2009. And I think even before that, I kind of wavered on what I would do because I had a TV career. And like you, I got married later. I was 35 when I got married. So for 35 years, you call yourself something and you have a career in TV where for me, I was on billboards and there's promos and people call you something. So you're used to that. So I was like, could I ever change my last name? I always thought I never, ever, ever would. But then as we got closer to the date, I was okay with it. A, changing my last name. And then B, all of the people that gave us wedding gifts wrote the last name Kendrick on it. So in order to cash the check, I had to change my last name. So I was like, I got to do that right now. I have to go to Social Security, driver's license,
inspired me.
Bank, and got that taken care of. And then I felt like at school with AJ, our children go to the same school. I did want to be Mrs. Kendrick at school. So, but for here on Mommy Talk Show, I'm still Joyce Brewer.
Yep.
So I'm teetering, but everything else, I've done all the paperwork, put it that way. I've done all the legwork.
I have a lot to learn.
Okay, Adrienne, what did you decide to do?
I'm pretty old school. And so, soon after we got married and moved up here, I went ahead and changed my last name. Although I did think about doing a hyphenated type thing, but my maiden last name is McKinney. And my married name is Shepherd. And McKinney Shepherd is just so many letters. I was just afraid on those forms. I'd, run out of little slots to put my letters in, and it just wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it for me. And I didn't have a major career before I got married. I have a brother, so I felt like he could carry on that name. And so it was a pretty simple decision, just go with it. And I like Shepherd. I think Adrienne Shepherd sounds nice.
I like it. I do like it.
Yes,
It sounds glamorous.
It's interesting. That's what I love about getting together because it's like everybody's different. Everyone has a different take on it, and you can kind of understand that person's point of view, even if that's not what you did.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I like that. So thanks so much to all the moms, and thanks to our location sponsor, Five Continents. We're going to be coming back. You're watching MommyTalkShow.com.